I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Donald Trump's post just getting more desperate and desperate. I think the most desperate yet. I mean, he's just begging for money. His son, Don Jr., is begging for people to contribute to his daddy's legal defense fund. And then you have Donald Trump just going full Kim Jong-un, bragging about some fake golf score that he got and then telling people, if you don't believe him, to call the head of his golf course. This is some of the most strange stuff in the world. Oh, and of course, attacking prosecutors, attacking Fox, attacking the Wall Street Journal, attacking everyone. And just want to compare that to what President Biden is saying and posting at the same time. As President Biden said, don't compare me to the almighty, compare me to the alternative. And following your advice here, and I think it was great advice that you gave me, which has been, don't just show the Trump posts, show them, call it out, expose it, because we can't cover our eyes, close our ears, and ignore that horrific situation that's taking place. But let's compare it to what's President Biden doing. Let's highlight those policies as well. So let's do that. So right here, you have Don Jr. begging to donate money to Donald Trump's legal defense fund. Here's what Don Jr. says. I'm donating all profits from these to the legal defense fund, a free Trump flag. I'm donating all profits from these to the legal defense fund. I'm sure others will profit from merch, but I'm just doing what I can to help. This will make the boat parades awesome. Trump flags. I mean, really, Donald Trump, who purports to be a billionaire, has his son going on social media begging for money to fund his daddy's legal defense. Well, like son, like father, here's what Donald Trump's posting. The official mugshot gear. Get your official no surrender to tyranny gear. And he has that deranged mugshot photo on shirts and on mugs. And it says never surrender. It is a photo of him from the time he surrendered. And I guess this amuses MAGA. The cult enjoys this stuff. I could tell you that this is not normal behavior. And for most Americans like you and me, this is just repugnant. Like, this is just disgusting. And I know large media networks are going to try to normalize this. We don't normalize it here on the MeidasTouch Network. This is absolutely disgusting. Here's Donald Trump again. More grifting over here. He goes, breaking. I just flew to Atlanta where I was wrongfully arrested. And then again, it's that deranged mugshot with the Stanley Kubrick eyes. Not guilty, he says. And he goes, stand with Donald Trump. And again, this is how he is fundraising off of it. Now, the full Kim Jong-un post right here, Donald Trump posts on his platform. I am pleased to report for those that care that I just won the senior club championship. Must be over 50 years old at Bedminster. Trump National Golf Club shooting a round of 67 now. Some people will think that sounds low, but there is no hanky-lanky. Many people watch, plus I am surrounded by Secret Service agents. Not much you can do even if you wanted to, and I don't. For some reason, I'm just a good golfer athlete. I have won many club championships, and it is always a great honor. Page 2, and he gives the number for the head golf professional at the Trump club and then gives the phone number for him. I guess if you want to call him and see if Donald Trump actually got the score. I'm not sure what in the world he's doing. By the way, we've covered this before in other videos about people have written books about how just Trump cheats in golf, like he cheats in everything, and how he claims he wins tournaments at his club that he's never even played in before. And so we've done full videos on that. But again, it's like, what are you even talking? American people, let's talk about what American people care about. Let's just compare it. What's President Biden posting at the same time? Here's what President Biden's posting. Just think about the compare and contrast right here. President Biden goes, we have many obligations as a nation. But we only have one truly sacred obligation: to equip those we send into harm's way and care for them and their families when they come home and when they don't. We met that obligation when I signed the PACT Act into law. You remember the PACT Act improving health care for veterans when MAGA Republicans voted against it, and then they were fist bumping each other when they prevented the legislation from being passed. And then, thanks to the advocacy of Jon Stewart and many veterans who worked with him, President Biden's PACT Act was able to get passed and become law. And President Biden's posting photograph, not of mugshots of him, but of him shaking the hand of a veteran and talking about the sacred obligation to help veterans. On the other hand, Donald Trump called veterans suckers and losers. President Biden also writes, after Vietnam, we learned how the harmful effects of exposure to Agent Orange took years to manifest in veterans, leaving too many unable to access care when they needed and deserved it. The PACT Act means today's veterans and their families won't suffer those painful denials. And again, compare the mugshot photos and the deranged photos that Donald Trump is posting, or that Don Jr. begging for money for his father. And here's what President Biden's posting himself with factory workers. The Inflation Reduction Act is projected to help triple wind power and increase solar power 8-fold, while electricity deployed through the U.S. power grid is expected to be powered by 81% clean energy by 2023. And now let's compare that to what is Donald Trump posting. Donald Trump writes, the globalists over at Fox News and their subservient paper, The Wall Street Journal, in their never-ending quest to stop America first and give Ron DeSanctimonious one last hopeless push, and he puts hopeless in caps, have created the dumbest poll yet. It states, what candidates are you voting for among likely GOP primary voters who watch the debate? And he puts that in caps. I wasn't going to bring this up, but no Trump voter watched the debate, which was the lowest rated ever, because they were all watching my interview with Tucker Carlson. And then Trump goes, page 2, the interview has at this moment 260 million views, the biggest of all time, whereas the Fox News debate had only 11 million viewers. End of story. If Fox News doesn't get on board the greatest movement of all time, MAGA, they will continue to hemorrhage viewers and ratings. They will never come back. The beautiful golden goose will forever be gone. He's referring to himself as a golden goose. By the way, Donald Trump refers to this interview with Tucker, the impressions on Elon Musk's kind of right-wing algorithm, which if you just scroll over the photo, even if you don't watch it, that counts as a view, whether you even watch the video or not. Even if you watch the video for 1 second, that counts as a view. But you don't even have to watch the video. Just if you scroll over it, that's an impression under Elon Musk's system. And Elon Musk has Tucker Carlson produce these videos for Twitter or X or whatever the hell they call it, and he pushes this on your feed. So if you're a Twitter user, you have to basically see this. This is what Donald Trump is bragging about. Who the hell cares? This is not what Americans care about or are thinking about. And then for good measure, Donald Trump writes, Fox News and the Wall Street Journal fight me because Rupert Murdoch is a globalist. I am America first. It will always be that way, so get used to it. DeSanctimonious is done. And then he goes on this next one. He goes, radical left thugs indict me every 15 minutes. If they wanted to run against me, they'd make my journey to the nomination a joyous and beautiful one. Thugs, he calls them. Okay, here's what President Biden is posting. We're getting the job done for the American people, investing in our people, infrastructure, manufacturing jobs, communities, and ourselves for the first time in a long time. Another post by President Biden, ensuring that every woman and girl has the chance isn't just the right thing to do, it's also a strategic imperative that advances the prosperity, stability, and security of our nation and the world. And then he specifically talks about things he's doing, the Biden-Harris administration actions to build an America worthy of the abilities and ambitions of our women and girls. He signed 3 executive orders to protect access to reproductive health care, issued a presidential memorandum to further protect access to medication abortion, released a blueprint for addressing the maternal health crisis. Specific, tangible action items and things the administration is doing. Folks, when you compare it, and when you see what is Donald Trump doing, what is President Biden doing, it couldn't be more clear. And I don't know about you, but I want normalcy. I want compassion. I want intelligence. Okay? That shouldn't be a political thing, right? Whatever your political party, whether you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, not affiliated with any political party, it shouldn't be that normalcy, compassion, competence, intelligence, following science, protecting equality, allowing women to control their bodies, like that should, you would hope this would be just everyone agrees on these things, but that's just not the case. The Republican Party has been taken over by MAGA Republicans, and they don't agree with those kind of fundamental values that are so important. And while I don't always agree with President Biden on everything, while I probably don't always agree with Democrats on everything, those important values of competence, of compassion, of intelligence, of normalcy, of supporting our democracy, it's only with one major political party in America right now, and that's the Democrats. And that's why that's where my support is. And if that changes, then I'm not just going to be blindly loyal just for the sake of it, but it's not even a close call right now of what's going on. And when you see the contrast there of Donald Trump is leading the Republican Party, the MAGA Republican Party, and here's the things that President Biden's done. President Biden is a good, decent, compassionate, intelligent person who's trying to advance interests of actual things for people, like actually working on things for people. Tell me what you think in the comments, and thank you so much for suggesting that I do this comparison and then also showing all of the things that Biden's doing. It was really, I think that's really helped these videos, so thanks for doing that. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers thanks to your support. And go check out MeidasTouch.com. We got some great stories on our new website. That's MeidasTouch.com. Have a great day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.